In June, we are going to get new Battle Pass, and those are new Battle Pass vehicles and styles you're able to get to yourself. We have WZ113 GFT. That actually is the only one which doesn't have a 3D style yet, and I gotta say, those actually look quite nice, especially on this tank. This looks, I'm a fan, I'm kind of a fan for this style. We also have the Badget that already has a couple 3D styles from different events and whatnot, like the Waffentrager event and Battle Pass. I'm pretty sure this tank has been before as well. And also we have the CS63 style over here. And in June 3rd, if I am not mistaken, and the chat is not mistaken, because we are recording it live, the old Battle Pass should, or the current Battle Pass should end, and usually it takes like a couple of days or a week when the new one comes live, and those are the special vehicles. Everything over here is placeholder, besides the background pictures, and besides over here, I mean, the rewards and whatnot. And we also have the placeholder for a special chapter. What can have, if they have something to offer over here. So guys, welcome to the update 2.3's test server, where I am going to let you know everything you need to know about this upcoming update. For example, Arcade Cabinet is coming back with this equalized game mode, meaning, the lower your vehicle tier is, the more boosted it gets, like more HP, more firepower, penetration, damage, and so on. So this is actually kind of a fun game mode, equalized game mode. Also, Steel Hunter is coming back, so if you are a fan of Steel Hunter, then this game mode over here is also making a return. Then they did, looking at the patch notes, they did a lot of things to the 3D attachments. They added some new tanks that can put 3D attachments on. If you see your favorite tank over here, congratulations. And also they changed some, they did a little minor adjustments to the positioning of the 3D attachments. And now we have one tier 11, guys, that is actually getting buffed right away, one patch later, basically. We have the Fauteur. Many people were not super happy about the brand new tier 11, the heavy tank, this one over here. Many players were not happy about this tank at all, including me. It just doesn't feel like it belongs anywhere. So what they're going to do to this vehicle is they are going to buff the ability. They're mainly focusing on the ability. For example, the induction propellant afterburner charge accumulation speed has been changed from 2.75 seconds to percent per second up to 4.5% per second. So you get a faster alpha damage boost out of it. Also, charge spent per shot has been changed from 45 to 55 at the same time. Then the post limit dispersion at 100 meter penalty has been changed from plus 100 to plus 56. So you get a lot less penalty when you're using this ability. Then aiming time penalty has been changed from plus 100 to plus 60%, so aiming time also better. And on the top of that, some flat stats boosted, like the dispersion from 0.34 down to 0.32, what you can see, and aiming time from 2.2 seconds down to 1.8 seconds, which is pretty damn good, actually. This is very, very nice aim time for a heavy tank. So they didn't see anything wrong with the mobility or the armoring, just the firepower. And I gotta agree, like the firepower just didn't feel anything, honestly. Like when I was playing with this tank, I would rather play with the 54, the tier 10 version of it, with the big gun as well, slappy gun, 560 alpha, boom, just like that. The armor occasionally on the Fauteur can be very annoying. Now, next up, let's talk about some of the vehicles that they added for testing by the Supertest players. You can see that all those vehicles are listed in the batch notes, and those are the tanks which they have officially revealed before as well and covered on their official channels as the Supertest details. So I have them listed and lined up over here. And let's talk about them. So first of all, let's start with tier 8. Like this is the Husarz. If the Google translator and Smorker83 taught me good, this should be pronounced Husarz. Husarz, I think. Not Husarz. Husarz, yeah. So this is a tier 8, guys. This is a tier 8 assault tank destroyer. 700 alpha. 265 pen. And the long reload, low DPM over here. Hull armor, very slopey 100 and very slopey. Turret 240 as well. It has some slope. So this is like a turret that, I wanted to say like the Kari, but actually no. Actually, I will take it back. Yeah, I take it back. It's kinda unique by its own way, Not unique in the game, but in tier 8. You have that alpha 700, but of course, as you can see from the gun, guys, it does not have that alpha available all the time because this has the Polish TED mechanic. The closer you are to the target, the more damage you do. 700 is the average listed over here. Then mobility 35 12 14 power to weight ratio, which is actually decent. 370 meter view range. Okay, so your view range definitely, if you just boost your gun handling and your gun or survivability, your view range will suffer. So ventilation or coated optics depends how you play. Depends how you play. So this is the tier 8, already a pretty damn interesting tank, I would say. We have Swedish Ambassador, guys. This is another tank, what they add with 2.3, update 2.3 for testing by the Supertest players. And like, as always, guys, keep in mind the characteristics are not final. Those can be tuned, buffed, nerfed, changed, because those tanks are not released. They're going to be tested, but we can get an idea what they are doing at least, or what, their idea with those tanks are. So Ambassador is a Swedish support heavy tank, guys. 360 alpha and 4 shell auto loader. Auto loading or mag heavy tank over here. 10 degrees gun depression. Actually like okay, decent-ish gun handling. And it has 2-second reload between shots, which is definitely something to point out over here. Very slopey frontal armor. Armor values are definitely not something or anything you can brag about, but the slope is definitely there. So the effective armor is way better than on paper. Can we? No, we cannot actually. Yeah, we cannot actually see the 3D models of vehicles in this state right now. 38 of speed, 17 power to weight ratio, so mobility looks pretty decent as well. 390 meter view range with ventilation. You are good to go already, and it's a tier 9. So. Auto loader, something for auto loader fans. Let's move on with, let's take another tier 9. Let's take this one, for example. This is the M47 Chevalier. This is a shovel tank, guys. We have a French M46 pattern-ish looking tank called M47 with shovels. Shovel in the front and the spaced armor on the side turrets as well. So armor has been improved. If it works like a spaced armor, actually, not just cosmetical, then it will stop some rounds, some heat rounds, and helps you with HE and whatnot. 390 alpha, 666 rate of fire, 9-second reload, 10 degrees gun operation, less than 2-second aim time, 0.35 dispersion. So it's solid, gun handling like okay. Turret 254, hull 102, plus the shovel. So it's very effective even in the snow. Even in the snow. We have 1.7k hit points, 48. Yeah, usual, not very fast medium tank, like kind of slow. For a medium tank, this is definitely slow. Like power to weight ratio is lower side and the top speed as well. View range is good though. So it has that going for it. If you are a fan of a shovel, guys, this is the tank for you. Hello, Togo, by the way. Okay, moving on, we have another tier 9. Let's talk about this Jezevec. Jezevec. I hope that was even remotely close. Now, this is the vehicle which I'm actually kind of excited about. I covered this tank on my channel like maybe 2 months ago, month and a half ago, something like that. So this is a Czech name. This means badger, but it is American tank, which is kind of weird to me. But why this is interesting is this is auto reloader, guys, that has every single shell with the same reload time. So over here right now, as I said, it may be different when it is finally released. Whenever it is going to be released, we don't know. 5.3 second reload for every single shell. 1 second reload between shots, 5 shells in total. So it's like the most flexible, I would say, by far the most flexible auto reloading gun system. You don't have to like think about anything, just fire as often as you can. Of course, you know, if you have like 1 second left to reload, you should reload the shell and then fire a couple more. But this is how it works. It doesn't have much armor whatsoever. It has, 30 millimeters, very slopey, but it can be overmatched with 91 plus millimeter caliber. Good camo. So this tank, definitely for a medium tank, is going to be played with a CVS setup as well. It has good camo and view range combo. Like view range is okay. It doesn't have good view range, but CVS low noise exhaust coated optics, like full lighting setup, and you can, play it as a light tank because it has powered weight ratio, it has the mobility for that as well. So pretty interesting. What do you think about that? Low DPM though, but it can burst you down a little bit. Moving on, we have another tier 9. We have the Object 265, the last year Battle Bass tank over here. With 2 guns, basically. We just received the Object 265, and this is the Object 265-2. Guess what? With 2 guns. 440 Alpha as well, actually, which is pretty nasty. 440 Alpha. So 880 per pop, guys. Reverse turret. Horrible gun handling. And this is why I actually I honestly hated the Battle Bass 265, because the gun was just so bad. That tank comes with autoloader, right? But the gun is so bad that I just can't stand the tank. It just demotivates me to play it. And over here, it slaps hard, but the gun handling is once again very bad. Low DPM as well. Hull, turret armor, some spaced armor over here. So armored, kind of an armored tank. It can side scrape. 380 meter view range. Kind of expected standard mobility. Not very good. And this is Object 265-2. Let's see what the stabilization numbers are, and maybe this will be better. I do like the double-barreled guns in this game, however, I have to say. Next up, we have another tank with a Gimmick, and this is Cerbero, Tier 9 Italian assault tank destroyer that has auto-reloading gun system, guys. And this is the reverse auto-reloader, which means your first shell, yes, reloads the fastest. Meaning if your mag is empty, then you reload the fastest. Not like Progetto, you have to, if you want to DPM, you have to do the last shell when your mag is full. But over here, like IS-3A, at first empty it, and then you get the fastest reload. For 490 Alpha, 8 degrees gun depression, turret does not turn fully, 30 and 30. 2.3 aim time, 0.38 dispersion, 2,800 DPM, and it seems to be very armored, guys. Turret is armored, hull is armored, so it's like from the Minotauros family a bit. Mobility as well, roughly the same as those guys. This in camo, 380 meter view range as well, so easy to build. Ventilation is going to be good enough if you have a decent crew. So this is Cerbero. Tier 9 Italian tank destroyer. Now, talking about two tier 10s, which we have over here. We have the Yongshi that they first talked about actually many months ago. And this looks like the heavy tank version like of the 114 SP2. You know, it looks exactly like 113's hull, right? The heavy tank hull. And the more armored version of SP2's turret slapped on the top of it. And it keeps the 600 alpha damage gun. You know, kind of junky boy looking tank. 8 degrees gun depression though, which is kind of snazzy. 600 alpha, all nice and cool. Good gun handling. Very good gun handling for 600 alpha plus a heavy tank, guys. 2-second aim time, 0.32 dispersion. Look at that. That's scary. Hull armor 120, turret 270. So yeah, in the face it can get bent by premium rounds. Heat especially. APCR may struggle a bit more because of the angles. But yeah, 40 top speed, 15 power to weight ratio, so mobility is actually okay as well, and view range is also okay. So this is a like sniper-ish higher alpha damage heavy tank. Something different. I am way more excited actually about this than the object Veles. Because this thing is 700 alpha, way worse gun handling, 7 degrees of gun depression, 2.4k DPM, but crazy armor. 370 hull armor. 370 hull armor. You mad? Lower plate is sloped as well. Bro, this is actually nuts. Like, the armor of this tank is actually nuts. The commander hatch is not that big, and the turret is, what was it? 340, right? No, 320 turret armor. So, very hard-hitting gun, poor gun handling, and heavily armored. And very slow, by the way. Actually, very slow as well. That is something I should note over here. 2815, 11.29 power to weight ratio. So it's moves slowly because of the armor. I guess to balance it out, 390 meter view range. Yeah, Veles is also over here. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the vehicles that they added for the Dezrng by the Supertest players. Vehicles that they have talked about before as well. Which tank over here looks the most exciting for you? Like the Jezevec. Is definitely one tank for me. The Husarz. Interesting, like fully rotatable turret, 8 degrees of gun depression, high alpha damage tank. You know, like turreted chrome, let's say. Yeah, let's put it this way. Turreted chrome. Also the Cerbero with the reverse autoloader. And Yongshi. Big alpha, big boomstick, and accurate gun. Could be a deadly combo. So, yeah, let me know, guys. What do you think about that? So this patch, this update overall is like not going to be the biggest one because we have had quite big patches in a row. Sometimes there will be like, I would like to call them like a filler patches, but we do have some things over here, you know, new battle pass coming and the buffs to the Fauteur as well. So, you know, just let's say housekeeping. This is the housekeeping type of a batch, right? nothing too crazy. So thank you so much for watching, for tuning in, and I catch you next time with something else. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, take care, and bye.